agreed to. I call the member for Greenway.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to debate broadband accessibility in this place, because the last time a coalition member moved a motion on the NBN, the subsequent headline in Delimiter read, "Liberal MP misleads Parliament with NBN motion." Oh, we're going well. We're going well. And today the member for Banks, where's he gone? The member for Banks comes into this place. He's had a swig of the Turnbull Kool-Aid and he's moved a similarly ridiculous motion. And just look at the words of this motion. It's just mired in politics. It ignores the benefits of having an equitable, accessible and ubiquitous broadband network, which is what Labor's NBN is. And because those opposite don't care about affording all Australians in the cities and in the bush the opportunities that come through a high-speed broadband network. And one of the big betrayals we've seen in this place on this issue in recent years was the absolute capitulation by the Nationals on the issue of wholesale pricing equivalence. And the Tories, those who represent regional areas as well, they get up in this place and they talk about abandoning the bush. They've abandoned the bush. They've abandoned the bush. They're not standing up for wholesale pricing equivalence, which is what has driven the digital divide in this country. I also note there's no national MP speaking on this debate. Where are they? They sold out their members. They sold out their constituencies when Telstra was sold. They keep selling them out on this issue of wholesale pricing equivalence. But I do note the member for Grey, I thought he'd be in the chamber by now, is listed to speak on this motion. I look forward to his contribution because he's got some beauties. He issued a media release on February 14, 2012, saying, while the government is talking up the new satellite service for rural and regional Australians, which will increase download speeds, there are real issues with latency when it comes to the satellite service. But then in April 2014, he issued another media release saying, good, reliable internet is an expectation and people in regional Australia need broadband as much as those in the city. And as much as I welcome this upgrading of the interim satellite service, I'm really looking forward to the second half of next year when the dedicated NBN satellites come on stream. So on one hand, he's criticising satellite services for the bush, and on the other one he's welcoming them. No wonder his constituents are confused. So we were supposed to end the disparity. This is what Labor's NBN was supposed to do, end the disparity between metro and bush prices. Nationals, regional Tories completely sold out their constituents on this issue. And as we move to the substance of this utterly contemptible and misleading motion, it should be pointed out that in this brave new world of copper technology, the government's fibre to the node trials have been delayed. And as ZNet's Josh Taylor writes on the 30th of May, NBN Co was due to commence live trials of fibre to the node technology in Yamina in New South Wales and Epping in Victoria at the start of May. However, neither trial has yet commenced.
No wonder they haven't taken.
Why the delay? Well, according to the NBN Co's Chief Operations Officer, in the same article, the Epping trial in Victoria has slowed down a bit while we work with the utility there to find a power solution. We're working through that, he told Estimates. A power solution. Well, one of the issues I have been warning about, and we on this side have been warning out for many years to come when it comes to FTTN, as this government goes down its hodgepodge approach of the MTM, or Malcolm Turnbull's mess. And as I wrote last year in Business Spectator, indeed Mr Turnbull can have his tiny cabinets, as he asserts, for the FTTN, as long as they don't need batteries, are not subject to flooding rain, and appropriate line lengths are available for each. And with 60,000 of them, don't forget to add the O&M, operations and maintenance costs, onto each of them as well, certainly as the Shadow Minister alluded to. These are all the issues that are differentiated from a true fibre to the premises build. And it will dog this government and the minister for years to come. And on the issue of delays, as the AFR said noted last week, Telstra NBN Co deal tipped to miss deadline. But the minister said it would be so easy, so quick. He's the magic man. He could strike this deal with Telstra quicker than anyone else. And we all know now the current estimate is the negotiations to reacquire Telstra's copper could be delayed by up to 6 months. And I note this motion also points to cost. And just as the member for Gilmore's motion did last week, and we know what happened there, and we saw that the headline there, the member for Banks in his motion specifically doesn't mention figures. I believe this probably indicates he doesn't stand by the previous comments from Minister Turnbull and the member for Gilmore. But, Mr Deputy Speaker, at a time when the member for Banks should be thinking about delivering broadband to his constituents, he's out there before the budget's even announced, apologising for the budget. People don't want your pity, they want the NBN.
Order. The member's time has